Let's make it happen.
Scotch, bourbon, and rye, yeah, we on that whiskey. Wanna discuss an array of topics, conversation simply. Gonna drop your whiskey bars with the sip hitting fold. Could you pass it? You want more? Another glass, let it flow. Steady pour. Steady pour. Yeah, a steady pour. A steady pour of growing, a steady pour of sharing, a steady pour of knowing. Now pass that Glencairn. So pull up a chair, grab a glass, and enjoy a melanin-infused perspective with a whiskey twist. Yeah, yeah, a steady pour.
Yes, sir. Pass that Glencairn. Welcome to a Steady Pour podcast. I'm your poor coach, Drew.
Kyle.
Tony.
Dadius.
And we are your co-hosts. We back, fellas.
We back.
Back at it
Season
again.
9.
Man, we made
I
it.
can't believe it's 9 seasons.
Season 9.
We still
That's
doing
crazy.
it.
We're here.
We doing it.
Another one.
Another one.
Doing it well.
That's subjective.
We doing it better.
Right.
Better.
We're still here. Either way.
We're doing our thing. We steady with it.
We are. We are
True
steady.
to the name. True to the name.
Yes. So we back, and so I mean, we got to start it off with a dope review.
Yeah.
To get things going to kick off the season. And you know, if y'all were paying attention to the socials, you know, as usual, Tone got something for us. Just like
I mean,
no question.
You know, try and be in the streets a little
You
bit.
don't try. Don't be modest.
You succeed.
Shout out to the people at Four Roses, man, giving this this sample to taste. The Four Roses 2024 limited edition small batch.
All right.
So, you know, we got to try the special release out last year and then got sent this one. So, shout out to the team, man. Shout out to Amanda, everybody there. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and if y'all remember, this was actually one of the bourbons that kind of, you know, informed me that there's levels to this bourbon.
Right.
There's levels. That was one of the first ones, unexpectedly so. So, yeah, let's get into it. 2024 limited edition small batch. Tone, what's the recipes that we got on it?
All right, so this is a blend of 4 recipes here. So we have OBSV 12-year, OESK 15-year, OESF 16-year, and the OBSF SV 20-year. So
Okay.
we got some, some heavily aged product in there.
I love it.
So we'll have to try it out and see how it blends together.
Yeah. And I'm sure that the blending is done a lot better than my first try at blending the Four Roses. Y'all remember when that?
We
remember that?
do. We do. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
What's the bottom of the class?
I believe you are dead last.
Listen, it was a lesson that needed to be learned, right? In terms of like the art of blending. Simple lesson.
He did his best. He did his best.
I mean,
He was overthinking. That's fine.
I was over calculating my butt off, and then they said you had 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And so I just dumped everything in there.
It is not easy. I think that's what
Especially with a time limit.
Yeah,
With a time
yeah.
limit.
Right.
Yeah, it's pressure. It's pressure involved.
Ask any blender if you gave them a couple seconds or 15 minutes. How long have you had? 10 minutes or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, it
about
might have
that.
been like 10 minutes.
10 minutes to blend something. I don't know.
It wasn't
That could
long.
be an actual challenge. You know, talk about the Olympics.
Time
That's
blending.
Imagine.
Well, I was just thinking of actually doing a blending challenge, and then we can blind them.
That would be
Amongst each
interesting.
other.
That would be interesting. Okay. I'll have to set that up for sure.
Right.
Got the mind.
We
wondering.
could now that I'm thinking about it, that would actually be pretty dope. We could just do like simple rules, like it can't be have a value cap, proof cap, specifics to whether or not it's a rye or a, you know what I mean? Just like put little parameters together. It can't be more than 3 or 4, and then just make our own blends and see whichever ones win.
Yeah. Well, then
That may
we
be
need
kind of dope.
Oh yeah, that would. All right, that might be something for a season later on in this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never know.
Whoa.
Let's try it out.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get this poured up. I love the fact that they always send us a Glencairn one.
I know. How many you got now, though?
I don't know what happened to the other one we had.
Tone got mad.
I think
Tone got mad.
Cal might have stole that one. But,
Stole. I love how
I might have
you
left it here.
I love how you bring shit, leave it, and then tell me I stole it. Like,
think I have it.
Oh, see,
That's why he was so quiet.
I was just thinking like, hey, I got one of those. I was like,
That's where it
come
came
from
from.
there?
Yeah, it did not come from.
well,
there.
I'm keeping this one. That's what I know.
Yeah, if he remembers to take it home. All right. So what we getting on the nose so far? I'm challenging myself this season to use
Some new terminology. Some,
to
Okay.
get out like I refuse to use smooth.
Right.
Refuse. I'm gonna try to not use like
Vanilla.
brown sugar or vanilla.
Yeah.
That's the first ingredient.
I know. That's what I know, and that's what and that's immediately what I thought. So I'm gonna go with molasses
Okay. All right.
instead of brown sugar.
Got you.
But is that
That's
right?
what it is, right? You can't be making up.
Only because I'm not making up because what makes brown sugar brown is the molasses. But because you said rich, I'm going with the molasses leaning rather than brown sugar.
Okay.
If it smelled like brown sugar, I'm going to say it's brown sugar.
I mean, I
My
feel
man
you,
said
but
kiss. I'm keeping it simple. But I respect the
then we,
vocab.
you know what I mean? Then
no,
we all
no.
wind up everything we review is like, oh, I smell vanilla and brown sugar, maybe some caramel.
We had a few where that was a little off kilter.
Yeah.
We had some different notes, but I get
But
you.
I'm just trying to dig a little deeper. I'm just trying to challenge us to
I
get a
know.
little more.
I gotta do more.
nuanced with our nose and our palate.
No.
The first thing I caught on the aroma was a whiff of mint.
Okay.
It was mint that.
Yeah.
Slight
See, that's what I'm talking
particular
about.
flavor mint, like green mint, like peppermint, or just mint in general. That's too much. It's too complicated. I get it.
I was thinking I can't tell if it's spearmint or winter or
pepper.
peppermint.
I don't think it's pepper.
I was gonna say I don't think I have that one. It's either spearmint or
Now
But
that you're
yeah,
saying it,
definitely-
now, man, it's an inception. Because now I'm getting it too.
As soon as you said it, though, I definitely caught it. It's because it's almost refreshing to the nose, which is giving me that minty kind of feel. I can't even say it necessarily smells like mint, but you know
It's
how
a very
when you
refreshing
smell-
nose.
Yeah.
I get you. That's why I said rich, because it kind of captured me immediately. Like, oh yeah, that's
I'm not going to ton of fruit on it. It's almost got more of a spicier note than some of the other Four Roses that I've had. I'm remembering back to the edition we had last year. I know it wasn't the limited edition small batch that we had. It was
Right.
the 135th anniversary, but
which is pretty fucking delicious, as I remember.
But that seemed to have a little bit more of like a fruitier, creamier note.
Right.
And this is a little bit more,
Although I'm
like you
getting,
said, mintier
I'm getting
and
the
spicy.
cream. I'm getting the
Yeah.
cream in this
A little bit.
also. Yeah.
it smells aged.
All right. With that,
And no, I'm just saying, like, it smells refined. Like, it
I
smells
like,
like
that. That's, no,
like,
that's a note. That's a note, Cal.
I don't know. That's because we.
Shut up.
That's
shut up. Act like
said
you
you wanna
didn't
hear
laugh.
those.
Act like you
You said
didn't
you wanna
laugh
hear
right along with me. Shut up. I want to hear you.
I'm trying to be like Kyle, man. What can I say
you know
that's
what I mean?
different? Smells elderly.
Getting Metamucil on the nose.
Shout out to my older folks
Smells
out
like
there.
you can vote.
Nursing home on the palate.
Oh, arthritis coming in. I see it.
All right, going in.
I'm getting a lot of earth notes, or like grassy or like a pine or
Oh yeah, on the
Yeah.
finish. It's like I get that. I actually get the blast of that mint initially for me, and then towards the end, the finish, I am getting that earth, that pine in there.
Yeah, it's not as molassesy.
No,
On the palate.
Yeah.
like it reminds me of like a spearmint gum when you chew into it for the first time. You take that bite and it's like, like that splash of like, oh yeah, like those commercials and whatnot.
I just immediately thought of like a York peppermint patty.
Yeah. You know what's funny? When he said spearmint or mint, sorry, I thought of that peppermint patty, and then you guys were like, not peppermint so much. But I do kind of get like that
But see, the
crispness
York
to it.
peppermint, that inside of the patty, it's not super pepperminty.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it gets cut by the chocolate. So
Yeah.
I can see that.
I'm kind of
getting
getting
a little
that.
bit of the cocoa in there also.
Yep. A little bit more of the. I said there wasn't much of the fruitier tones and like that. I'm getting a little bit more of that on the palate. It's starting to peek through a little bit, but it's not as much as the other one.
Any particular fruit? You're just saying just fruity.
Light, not dark fruit. Like
Not to put you on the spot.
no. I'm trying
Dragon
to think.
fruit.
Dragon.
I mean, maybe some citrus.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm getting
Yeah,
citrusy notes.
Citrus. Maybe some like orange peel, almost like that.
Which
Yeah.
might be also adding to that like refreshing
Yep.
taste.
Some oak and tobacco notes in there too. Kind
Who
of
over there
mixed in.
is contemplating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you thinking, bro?
Definitely getting a lot of oak.
Well, yeah, I'm sort of getting that the earth notes, but then also the what you were talking about the fruit, but like the fruit peel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the zest
Yeah.
of an orange.
Yeah. Zesty. Very zesty.
I'm just getting like a tangerine too.
Tangy?
Maybe not orange, but like tangerine and like some of those other fruit
But
notes. I
in
don't
that-
usually
in that
Yeah,
citrus.
yeah.
Maybe even like a grapefruity.
Yep. Yes.
Interesting.
Because you're almost getting grapefruit. Almost has that like little sour tint,
Right.
as, you know what I mean?
Because it's not a sweet fruit.
Yeah.
All right. Who's giving the first pours of the season?
The man that brought the bottle.
Putting it to me, huh? I mean, I'm definitely not mad at it, so it's over 3. I don't think I'm gonna quite put it at a 4. So I think I'm gonna go 3.75 with it because it's like almost to that what I consider like that elite status, which would be 4 and above. I feel like it's gonna it will open up. I mean, we drank all that we have, but I feel like if you had a bottle of it, it would definitely open up more as you had the bottle. But very complex. You're getting a lot of, Four Roses notes in there, but it's also different than a lot of the Four Roses I have, which I like. Finish isn't as long, I think, as I would want it to be.
Really? I feel like the more I drink it, the longer it gets.
It's longer. Okay,
Right.
Maybe
Spicier it
sip
gets
a little
too.
more.
Yes.
The spicy, I feel like
definitely-
the
spicy.
last pour I
It's-
had was
It's
like,
spicy. I'm just talking about like that initial, like it definitely sticks with you.
yeah.
I'm just saying like the finish, the actual finish part where, you're continuing to get all the flavors. Yeah, so 3.75 for me.
Nice.
Yep.
What was the proof on this guy?
I was thinking the same thing.
108.
108.2.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought it was higher.
It does drink a little higher.
I thought it was a lot
It
higher.
drinks a
But I
lot.
think it's the spicy notes
Yeah.
that we're catching.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot higher than that. Is there rye in there at all? Or do we know? Or no?
Well, I mean, if you knew, because
Yeah.
I don't know their variations, like
Recipe.
OBSVs, and
Yeah.
like I don't know them well enough to know what percentage would be in there. But there's definitely got to be some rye in there.
Yeah, I feel like the more I drank it, the spicier and hotter it got. Like initially, it was just like, oh, it's kind of flat on the end, and then like the third pour, I was like, oh man, that's staying a little bit longer. Oh, that's there. Oh yeah, that's in there.
That mix with those earthy notes, that the barrel, and I don't want to say barrel because we've had stuff that you could taste the barrel. You know what I mean? And it's light, but it's sticking around.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that any of it's rye. I'm just looking through their recipes right here, but they do have different
Yeah,
notes.
there's some
on
spice in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got something in there that definitely gives it a rye kind of bite.
Yeah, I mean, I can go. I'm right there with Tone where I'm not mad at it. I do like the initial flavor. I feel like Drew mentioned the mint. I feel like that spearmint was there for me initially, and then it kind of graduated into those pine, earthy notes that I'm not a huge fan of, and it was there for pretty much the back end for me. So for me, I'm gonna just stick with 3.5, where it's like, I'm not mad at it. It's definitely unique in my opinion. It is a little bit complexity there. I feel like it will open up, and the more you taste it, you pick up different notes. So right now, what I'm tasting right now, I'm gonna stick with 8.5.
Okay.
So for me, I'm a little mad at it.
Wow.
I guess all the notes that we were describing are things that I probably would not enjoy. Especially when you combine mint, grapefruit.
There's a lot going on.
Vine or
A little bit of
zest,
cocoa,
if you will.
A little bit of tangy notes.
A little tang.
So while I can appreciate there was a journey there, I wasn't enjoying it.
It was a bit of a rocky road for you.
But it didn't. I feel like I don't want to give it points for not scorching my palate or being disgusted. It wasn't any of that. When I'm thinking about the scale, right, I'm like, I was going to say a flat 3, but I think I'd go a little lower for me. I'll probably say 2.75.
Okay.
Because it's just the notes that were there wasn't hitting my palate. I think part of it too is that out of what was in the journey, there was I didn't get much of any sugar or sweetness.
Yeah, it's not very sweet at all.
Which is what I like to have at least some note in there, where I could be like, oh, there's a sweetness, and then it go. I can get it. I didn't get a chance to catch that point, so it was just all like spice and mint and zestiness. I'll give it 2.75.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, there's no sweetness there, but the flavor is very unique for what it is. If you kind of like it, like either you like it or you don't. And clearly, I get you. But go ahead, Kyle.
I'm kind of torn between two. This is one of those, you catch me on the right day or the right mood, and I think it would be more enjoyable than like most days, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's why I'm kind of like in between like a 2.75 and a 3.
Okay.
But I would say, compared to other things we've tasted, other things that are probably at our disposal, it makes it go down a little bit. Because there's just a lot of other things that I would probably prefer over this.
Yeah.
Even though I'm kind of not mad at it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess what I am mad at is I'm missing that cream, that molasses, that butteriness that you kind of get on the nose. And I was hoping that was gonna come through.
Nah.
With the oaky, with the citrus and all that.
I feel like it teases you, but it never really.
It doesn't really come out, not on the palate. So I think I'm gonna go with Drew. Go with 2.75.
Wow.
Yeah, it smells better than it tastes. Pretty
absolutely.
Yeah,
it smells nice.
Absolutely. So it smells fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the MSRP on this is because I don't know that it's out yet, but that might play into the rating too, right? If this is like super allocated bottle and it
won't play in the rating.
No, but
it will play in the whether or not we would recommend somebody purchasing it.
Right, exactly. So
I'm curious what the tasting notes are.
Honestly, all right, let's do this then. What's the most you would pay for this?
I'm conflicted because I feel like I appreciate what they were trying to do with this, so that's why I gave the rating.
Sounds like you tap dancing.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not. I feel like it's not the best tasting bourbon or rye that I've had, or whiskey, any of that, but it's unique, and I appreciate the uniqueness of it, and it wasn't terrible.
How much would you pay? You're avoiding the question.
Being a politician, as I am,
how much would
vote
you
for
pay?
me, please? How much would I pay for this? I'm not sure I would purchase this. I don't know.
Wow. $50?
I would say at 50, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to have it on my shelf because it is such a unique, in my opinion, flavor where I don't think I've tasted anything similar to this. Where it might gravitate to somebody that doesn't like the traditional notes such as the caramel and the sugar and all that stuff. So I would, $50 I'd say I could do. I can do that.
For me, I feel like my I guess gonna say my price tolerance, if you will, would have increased significantly without tasting it. Like if they said like, oh, I have this available for you to purchase, right, and at MSRP or whatever, right, I'm like, oh, I'm getting it.
Yeah, when you read what it is and whatnot,
right.
Yeah.
Now
you want to give it before and after that?
So then after tasting it, it's sort of like, all right, would I want this in my collection to give to Four Roses bourbon fans that really want to try it, right? Just from a collection standpoint. What, maybe 60 bucks maybe for that? Yeah.
59?
Yeah.
59?
60, 65, you could probably squeeze 7. I'll say 65. Let me be in the middle. 65.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tone?
I mean, I liked it the most out of all of us. So I'm gonna say $100. I feel like there's enough going on. I feel like I do enjoy what it is now, even though it's definitely off profile from other Four Roses I've had that I've liked a lot. But I feel like just the complexity, what is in the actual blend, like the fact that there's 20-year Four Roses in there too, and it's like I feel like it's gonna open up more and more. So I feel like that's a it's not crazy investment on it, but I feel like that's what I pay. So,
all right,
Cal, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with 59.
Wow,
59. I think it would be my cap.
Okay.
If you're getting in the 89s, which I almost guarantee this is
gonna be more than that. Yeah,
at least 89.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I would.
Because that's like the some of those recipes on their own are like that in the $80 range,
right?
And this is a limited edition,
and it's a lot of years on all of those. So I mean, the most they could claim is the lowest year, right? So if they put a year on it, it would be a 12-year bourbon,
right?
But you got 20, 16, 15 years. That's a lot. It's a lot of investment.
It's probably like if you go to the gift shop or something like that, and it's there, like what, 180?
No,
I would say that'd be the cheapest.
You would think it would be 180?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about when we went and picked up the what was it, the OESF, right? At BBR. It was
that was over 100. Yeah, 150. Yeah.
So for this, I'd say this is probably like 180.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Do we know the MSRP or no? It's not available. Yeah, I'm looking at the tasting notes. There's some tangy citrus in there.
I see the 2020. That's 174.
Creamy vanilla did not get that. Honey and brown sugar
on the nose.
On the nose.
That's the nose.
Yes.
The nose. I can see that all in the nose for sure.
So
the palate is just.
It looks like MSRP is around 170, 180.
He called it. He called it. This guy knows he knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm. He knows his consumer.
That's the
and
previous
I would not be paying
this
that.
Is 2022 was 180. 2021 was
so
170.
It'll probably be around that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I could do it.
It's gonna
From
sell.
a collector's
it's gonna sell.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. And to be honest, I wouldn't even be for people that like Four Roses. They're gonna like.
They're gonna love this.
They're gonna like this.
Yeah.
I think it's very unique. I think it's great. Well, yeah.
I do like the fact that we are getting a little more discerning in our
reviews.
Not just in the reviews, but in our ratings. And because I'm just trying to get away from sticking to that 3 to 3.5.
No, I got you.
Range.
I got you.
It's kind of
we were all across the board.
If we're
here.
confused, unless we hate it, we kind of shove it in that little.
True.
No, and no, y'all didn't hate it.
No. I'm just trying to get a little bit, like I said, a little more discerning with
disparity. Like I get it, 100%.
Yeah, I was going off of the 3-ounce pour. I'm not mad at it. I'm a little mad at it. So that puts me at 2.7.
I can understand why you were mad at it too. Yeah. That's the reason why I wasn't mad at it, because it's just very unique and it wasn't punishing. I don't say it punished you, but I'm just like, I see it's different. It's different. I appreciate that.
Nice.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you guys have got a chance to sample this, let us know what you guys think of it. Were we on point? Was tone on point? Where were you at? Where were you at with it? All right. Appreciate y'all listening to a Steady Pull podcast. We got a lot more in store with you for the next episodes and whatnot. So we look forward to seeing y'all. Deuces.
Cheers.
Peace.
Well, that concludes this episode of a Steady
It's hot.